Yeah.
Hi, I'm Scott Edwards, owner of Plaza RV. We're a locally owned full-service RV dealer, and we want to earn your business. We will do that by providing top-of-the-line personal service that big box dealers just can't offer. Service that goes well beyond the initial sale. We care about Central Iowans because we are Central Iowans. Give us a chance to sell you a brand new travel trailer or fifth wheel today. We promise you won't regret it. Shop local, shop Plaza RV.
This fall, the Sandman, Adam Sandler, You're My Best Friend Tour.
I feel like we're very good friends now.
Casey Center, Saturday, October 4th. Get tickets now at HiVTix.com.
He's made it.
Yeah! Woo!
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
Welcome to a fun Friday here on Murph and Andy. I'm Keith Murphy. Andrew Downs is here with me. Hi, AD.
What's up, Murph?
We are having the show here today at Waterworks Park in honor of Andy, just to try to feel what he's feeling, to feel nature, although they do have kaibos here, and they're nice kaibos, and Andy is digging a hole and crapping in it.
Yes,
but still, he's with us. We're thinking about him. This is an especially fun Friday because Oktoberfest is here at the Biergarten. Biergarten, right, with a T.
Yeah, right.
It's just like the opposite of Wimbledon.
Yes.
Where people say Wimbledon, but it's Wimbledon. People here, like me, I want to say beer garden.
Yeah, because it's like a garden. You're outside.
But it's the
nice.
German beer garten.
Garten.
Yeah, got it. So it's Oktoberfest here from September 19th to the 21st. It's a week-long celebration of German beer, food, and music. So the Oktoberfest here at Beer Garden, it's free. It's open to everyone, including kids and dogs. And it starts at 11 a.m. every day. It's Friday through Sunday. We bring our dogs here to Waterworks Park, and by the time we leave, everybody's like, God, I didn't think they'd ever leave. The dogs just aren't.
We bring our
they're
kids.
Scared.
We bring our kids here, and it's the same thing. People are like, man, get these kids out of here. We love it out here, man. It's fun. We love coming out here in the summer. The kids get to run around. Good food, good beer. It's awesome.
Now, why don't we welcome our special guest today? It is the one and only Chris Hassel.
Woo!
Oh, there he is. Look at him. His
Oh, look, we got
old school sound off T-shirt.
This shirt is so big, and the neck hole is so big.
Yeah, you look layered.
Yeah, I had to wear a T-shirt underneath it, or you'd probably be able to see my nipples. The neck hole is so big on this. I got this. I think Andy got us these shirts like probably 15 years ago when I was still there.
It was Tailgate. Tailgate provided that shirt.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful shirt, but just so damn big. It's only a large, and it feels like a double XL.
Yeah, well, you remember it's Football Friday primetime tonight, and a couple of weeks ago I had my new white shirt on, and you shamed me into tucking it in by the time the game was over, and I didn't realize each time you posted a photo, you were photoshopping about another 6 inches to where you finally claimed I was wearing my mom's house coat.
You looked ridiculous untucked. That shirt was hanging almost all the way down to your knees.
Yeah.
It was a nightgown. It was like my wife's nightgown.
You added to it.
Van Winks did too.
I took the sunglasses off so I looked like less of a douche.
Yeah, people look like it's never a good look when you're wearing sunglasses on camera. It's just not.
Don't tell Andy that.
No,
don't tell me that.
Oh, well, AD's the producer. He can do it.
Yeah,
I can do what I want.
He can get away with it. So, Chris, what's your memories of Oktoberfest? Is this something you participate in there in your fancy gated village of golf carts in Florida?
I am not in a gated village. In fact, it's actually a good thing that I'm not in a gated community because we can put whatever the hell we want out on the curb. and there's a guy that drives through in an old pickup truck that just picks everything up, no matter, like old water heaters, he'll pick that stuff up. If we lived in a gated community, we couldn't do that. But it's not big down here because you don't really want to be drinking pumpkin beers and Oktoberfest beers when it's still 90, 95 degrees out.
Amen to that. Hey, we're going to have fun in the second half hour. I think you have to get back on some kind of assignment there with CBS Sports HQ. Or somebody and whoever's interested, come up here and let Aiden know. But we're going to have people compete against Siepker in a Steinholding contest, and anybody that beats Siepker is going to get some AKC merch.
Yeah, that's right. We've got we've got these slap koozies.
Oh yeah.
Oh. And then we also have some Iowa Everywhere rope hats, the famous rope hat.
Nope
to
to
give
the
away.
rope. Nope to the rope. All right, I'm out. I'm not competing against Siepker.
Is
So
this
that's
how
coming
Siepker
up.
is going to earn back his pride after not being able to bench the 225?
That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, just because I thought he was doing a bit. I was like, that's funny. It wasn't a bit. All right, Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more, including Iowa at Rutgers, Hassel's top threes. That's going to be fun. And Siepker versus everyone in Oktoberfest Steinholding contest. Guest House Tavern has nightly specials, including Surf and Turf Friday. I won't be eating at Guest House. I'd like to show you a photo, Mr. Hassel. This is a look at Andy this past Friday night. Now, this is the glamorous life of local television. This is not surf and turf like you get there at CBS Sports when you're doing a game. Andy is eating spaghetti on the ground, and Justin Surency his plate is on top of the WHO 13 news van. Like it's right there on the hood.
So what stands out to me isn't the food. It's the fact that Andy, in shorts, is sitting crisscross applesauce in the grass. If I did that, my legs would itch the rest of the night.
It'd be in your head, but yeah, they would.
It's not in my head. It's anytime my skin touches the grass, I must be allergic to it. I don't know. I must be allergic to it.
No. We don't have that crappy Florida grass that I remember from high school, where it's so thick and weird. We have nice grass here
It's
until it
bizarre.
dies.
It's the St. Augustine grass down here. It is bizarre, but I would not do that. I would do what Justin did, eat standing up and not sit. What 55-year-old man, sorry, Andy, I know you're not that old yet.
There's no chance he's listening.
Can
Say whatever you
still
want.
sit like that and eat. I mean, you got to be in pretty good shape to do. I guess we do know that he can basically kiss the floor while standing up because of that thing that he did last Thanksgiving when he did the splits and picked up a what the hell was that? I picked up a condom wrapper off the ground with his mouth.
Something. What were they playing? Naked Neighborhood Twister?
Yeah, only only the women could do it. Only the women could get down without putting a hand down or going on their knees. Only the women could pick up the condom wrapper off the floor. So Andy goes and somehow does the splits, picks it up with his mouth, and then that wasn't good enough. He wanted to do it again, and then he tore his hamstring, and he hasn't been the same since.
Any of that is true, but we've seen the flexibility this week. All right, Chris, we're going to involve you in something we do every day on the Murph and Andy show. It's high or low since the last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax. You see Wealth Charter across all the Iowa Everywhere shows. We appreciate the support. Chris, let you go first as the guest. You got a high or a low?
Love the high or low. Got to go high being on this show. And kind of part of my prep for the show was going back, and I've got this portable hard drive that I kept a bunch of my Channel 13 stuff on. And this morning I was just going through a bunch of the old sound off skits and just laughing my ass off to some of the things that we and you let us do. And I've got some of them to show on the program today.
Oh, yeah. So if you're just listening, you may want to watch.
Yes. That's my high,
fun.
though. Just going back and looking at all that stuff, and I can't believe some of the stuff that you allowed me to do. Like, I thought you were kind of a hard ass.
Jeez.
And kind of, you constricted me a little bit too much because you were always like, could you not like just do that again? Could you not like just everything doesn't have to be like a sex joke or a fat person joke or and I was, but some of the names, there was this name on I think it was Ask Gary. I think a lot of us remember Dick in Sac City. That's probably
Ask
the most
Dolph,
famous.
yeah, Ask Gary Dolphin.
But there was one that I came across today, and it was this woman called in, a large woman who was her name was Dixie, and she was calling in from Dike, Iowa.
Jeez, Chris.
And you thought Murph was a hard ass for being like, hey, maybe we should back that off a little bit.
Yeah, that was one of those that he allowed.
Here's what I'm thinking. When you went back through this now with the perspective of someone in his early 40s, I think you probably were more like, gosh, I can't believe Murph allowed some of this, and I'm starting to understand why the boss there aged during your years.
I don't think we could do much of that stuff today.
Man, I've got all of the Chris Hassel theaters that we did on the Murph and Andy radio show. There are some that I wouldn't air on this. I would be afraid to air on YouTube, and we put those on the air.
Oh my goodness!
The worst one was the Tim Tebow interviewing God, or what the hell was that?
It was God. It was an effeminate God interviewing Tim Tebow.
I was so uncomfortable.
That's one of my prouder skits, because just like God talking like a gay person. It's next level. It's genius, because he's been talking like that for thousands of years, and only now are people saying, why is God talking like that?
He didn't understand why people thought it was weird. I've been talking about this forever.
I've been talking like this for thousands of years. Why is it all of a sudden now a problem?
God loves everybody and everybody's voice. We're all in the image. All right, yeah, Chris, I'm starting to understand. I'm getting a little stressed just sitting here. My high today is I was going to hold it up like this. Hey, it's my new iPhone 17, because I went to Cellular Advantage this morning. I had an appointment with Deshaun, who's great, really knows his job, and apparently, if you have 600 videos on your phone, those take a while to transfer. Not photos, videos, because I shoot so much for RV TV, for newscasts.
How many videos do you have?
More than 600.
I have 1,900 videos. On my
videos? On your phone?
Yes.
Okay, well, Deshaun would quit if you went in there. So I'm going to have to run back and I'm without phone right now because there's so much to transfer. But I got the new hot color. It's orange.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, you might think, orange, are you celebrating your high school football team, the Mount Dora Hurricanes? No. I think it's less likely that I leave my phone on like an Uber seat or somewhere because it's orange and it's going to pop out and stand out more. I've never lost my phone, but there have been a couple of close calls where it's like, oh gosh, I forgot. It's sitting right there, because it usually blends in black on black or silver on black. So I went with orange. What do you think?
The whole phone, like the whole back of the phone, is orange?
It is. It's the new iPhone color, the iPhone 17. There was a line starting to form at, I was at the Urbandale store, Cellular Advantage. This is a big day because today is the release of the 17. And guess who walked in when I was there? That's right, Chris Williams. And he's in there getting an iPhone that's like this size. It's the iPhone 17 Pro Max. He might as well buy a plasma screen.
When
CW
saw your phone, He said, "Well, why'd you get the orange one?"
he didn't get to see it yet, so he didn't say that. Orange. All right, let's get the buzz on a Friday.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
It's a perfect Logier heating and cooling day today. It is just beautiful. It's like 75 degrees.
So worried about the rain, and now it's like the sun's out. It's gorgeous.
It's a nice day here. Chris the Buzz, of course, as you know well, is Iowa at Rutgers tonight at 7 on Fox. Iowa 4-0 all time versus Rutgers. Average margin of win nearly 20 points. So what do you think of this matchup? Because I don't feel like we really know that much about either team, and it's hard for me not to be shaped by the Iowa-Rutgers history.
That's kind of where I am, too. I feel very confident in Iowa, but I'm worried that it's because of the other Iowa-Rutgers games I've seen over the last 10 years. They're 4-0, and all those games came in the last 10 years. The last 3 were all blowouts. But how does that pertain to this year's game? I don't know that it really does at all. I think Iowa's going to have to score. Rutgers has scored 30-plus points in 7 straight games. So I think, if Iowa doesn't get to 20 points, they might lose this game. This has to be the offensive breakout game. It just has to be.
I would think so. I know I heard from Biff Hammer yesterday, and he's like, man, I am hammering Rutgers on this game.
Really?
He's like, this is just reputation. This is reputation setting this line. This Hawkeye football team doesn't even do the things well that Kirk Ferentz is known for, like special teams and lockdown defense. So I'm picking Iowa.
I am. I picked Iowa by 10 points, but again, it's more off history, I think, than anything, and feel, as opposed to stuff that we've actually seen on the field this season. They're getting Moulton back. That's good. I think that should really help Iowa. There's a Rutgers fan, believe it or not, that goes to our neighborhood park each morning, comes with his dogs, and he looks just like you would expect a Rutgers fan to look. He's this short little Italian guy, super tan, no hair on his body whatsoever. He's a slippery seal. Comes in a tank top every morning. Got these huge arms. And he pulls up yesterday and he goes, "Big game tomorrow night." I said, Yeah, Iowa, Rutgers. Find out a lot about both teams, huh? He said, "Loser of this game, I tell you, their season's over. Over. And if it's Iowa, Ferentz should be on the hot seat." I was like, yeah, that's not happening. But it will be. Look, if Iowa does lose this game, it's going to be a bad instant Iowa.
Dumpster fire. Yeah, this is. I feel like next week the Indiana game is a litmus test of like, can Iowa get back to thinking maybe 9 wins, maybe a very good season? Is this team improving? This game, though, is the litmus test of, is it all falling apart? If you lose tonight, the toxicity in this fan base and the conversation around this program is going to get real ugly real quickly, and should. Iowa should beat Rutgers. It is on reputation right now, but that is still it is still valid. Iowa does have a better defense than Rutgers. They should be able to run the ball on Rutgers. Hopefully their passing game is a little bit better. Hopefully the special teams and things like that are better. Iowa's a better program than Rutgers is, and this is that kind of a game. And so, yeah, if Iowa loses tonight, watch out. It's going to get real bad. I really don't expect that to happen.
Yeah, listen, AD, this isn't instant Iowa. Back down a little bit there. What kind of stem winder was that? Oktoberfest is nearly over here now. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas. Ooh.
Got a little NA beer for you there, Murph.
Yeah,
Who wins tonight? Is it Iowa or Rutgers?
I'm picking Iowa. It looks like the majority of people are. AD?
Yeah, same. Picking Iowa.
Chris?
Iowa by double digits.
Yeah, I'd give the 2.5 or 3.5 or whatever the line is right now also. I agree. I think Iowa wins by at least a touchdown. I think it's a comfortable win.
And the hammer is going hard on Rutgers here. So they just brought me a Ruthie. If the bosses are watching, because I have Football Friday primetime tonight, this is an NA.
It's NA.
Yeah, there's beer for everyone, including those who don't drink. Huh. By the way, just watch the Dave Portnoy Barstool video.
Thank you, man.
He goes to the tavern in West Des Moines. Chris, you probably had pizza there. And he reviews the tavern pizza, but he can't stop talking about, he's like, I don't know what the deal is with the sign there. They got a woman with like big hair. She's got big boobs. She's pouring a couple of beers on her big boobs. It's Ruthie. I don't even get what that means. I don't know. I'm distracted by that. But let me try the pizza. Pizza's pretty good. 7.2. A little bit greasy. I could use a couple of towels on it, but it tastes good. Sauce is good. But what is the deal with that woman with the boobs and the beer on her boobs and Ruthie? I don't get it. All right, Portnoy out.
To be fair, it's a good logo.
That is a really good impression of Portnoy. Keith, have you heard of the new way you're supposed to pour a beer?
You're supposed to let the foam come up, and it's better for your stomach.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just going to make fun of your pour.
Yeah, well, don't make fun of it.
Well, because we used to make fun of people. Oh, look at all that head. That's more head than you've gotten in 10 years.
Jeez, Hassel, it's a family show.
You apparently want the head.
You want the head. Yeah. Oh, what are those?
Currywurst.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some currywurst. We're getting everything out here. Here, cheers.
Cheers. NA, again, NA. Another hot topic here. Big Ten goes to 18 teams in the men's basketball tournament. So that adds a day. 6 days now. It's nearly a week. Chris, your thoughts?
I mean, come on.
That's pretty good.
I actually kind of liked that last year Iowa had
No.
I did.
It's a conference tournament. You have to have all the teams in the conference tournament.
Not when your conference has 18 teams in it.
Who knows? Maybe Iowa would have won and saved Fran McCaffrey's job.
That's the problem. That's what I didn't want.
This is a funny comment. Is Hassel going to get kicked out of a park he's not even in? Can you do that? Can you do that?
I hate this. I mean, come on.
It's too much.
It's too much. The problem is the conferences are too big. The problem isn't that the tournament is including all the teams.
Yeah,
it's that
every team should be in.
18 teams in the damn conference.
Bingo. Chris, I've sat on this because I wanted to reveal it to you on the show. Guess where Jenny and I will be tomorrow?
Well, there's no Iowa or Iowa State game. Is that when you're going to that concert?
No. We are going to Michigan at Nebraska.
Oh, that is going to
that?
be an incredible atmosphere. I've been so that's our CBS game, and we sent our HQ crew out there as well to do their pregame show. And I've been telling them, like, you're going to be blown away when you go in there because this is going to be one of the better atmospheres Nebraska's had since joining the Big Ten, probably in 10 years.
Wow.
They're fired up, Keith.
They're fired up. They've lost to a ranked team 27 straight times. That goes back 9 years to 2016.
That sounds made up.
We've been pissed that Iowa has lost 10 straight against ranked teams.
I know. They've almost tripled that, though, at Nebraska. But they think this is the breakout day, so it's going to be a great day to be there. Jenny's never been. I've been several times, but never. I've done play-by-play there. I've been a sideline reporter. I've worked it for WHO 13, but I've never been to a game where I just sat in the stands, or in this case, in a box. The reason we're going is the AD, Troy Dannon, his wife, Amy, who I have just come to know through messages. She loves Jenny on happy hour and wants to hang out with Jenny. So I'm just riding Jenny's coattails into this box to watch the game. But
you're
going to
be in the AD's box watching the game in Nebraska?
Thanks to Jenny. Yeah. Hanging out with the Hoibergs. It should be fun. Looking forward to it. Really excited about that. But, Chris, you and Andy made this difficult. So Cooter Ray and LeBoner are well known over there. And Nebraska thought this finally went away when you went away to ESPN and to CBS Sports. They thought it went away. And then last year, Andy and I joined Iowa Everywhere, and you did this.
I am so glad to finally have you guys at Iowa Everywhere.
I don't know about working with Hassel again. It's been like over a decade. I don't think he even does characters anymore.
Hey, Pittsburgh, I just milked that cow in there, and he loved it.
In there? Mm-hmm. That's a bull.
That was good.
Piss bags.
So he didn't actually milk the cow in there. He
Yes, we don't need to be walked through it. We understand it.
Why did
makes
Cooter
sense.
smell his hand after that?
I don't know. You know Cooter better than I do.
He knows the difference in smells.
All right, this is going to be fun. And, Chris, I know you're on a little time schedule here, so I want to jump ahead. I'm trying to avoid getting bogged down. What time do you need to tap out here?
Oh, I can go at least another 30 minutes.
Okay, great. That's great because I want to be respectful of your time. I really appreciate you joining us. So I sent Chris some questions, and I'm looking forward to hearing the answers. And, Chris, these are, I think, threes, right? They're mostly in threes. And you're going to count down from 3 to 1, so working toward the top like you would do on a music countdown. Number 3, number 2, number 1. So first thing I asked you, what were your favorite sound-off bits starting at number 3?
Okay, so this was one where I like put them together first, just off the top of my head.
Okay.
And then I went and watched some, and I changed the list a little bit.
Okay.
So that I could add video to it. Because some of them maybe wouldn't translate on here.
A lot is lost.
Others have been lost. Yeah, there was one that I loved. Andy did too, where Andy and I did Larry Kotler and Dolph calling a Drake game on a phone, on like a landline phone.
Which really happened.
Which really happened, and that was really funny.
It
just
was
talking over each other the whole time.
And then Dolph because he always read the box score at the end of the game. He was like, Adam Emenecker, 8 for 13, 4 for 5 from the line, 3 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, 4 assists. But Andy was reading the Jethro's menu as Dolph instead of the box score, and Larry didn't call him on it for like a minute. So here we go. We'll start with number 3. I'm just going with this because I had completely forgotten about this Dolph and Eddie call of an Iowa game. I think the one that would come to mind for you first is the blocked kicks against Northern Iowa. That was the first one that we did of Dolph and Eddie calling a game on the radio. But there was one, they played at Minnesota, I don't know what year it was, maybe 2011, over Halloween weekend. And I did an Ask Gary in a Halloween costume. I was dressed as Mr. Peanut. I was just dressed as a peanut. And the bit was that he was recording this on Friday ahead of time because he knew Iowa was going to win the game against Minnesota. So here's part of that Ask Gary.
Since I'm recording this on a Friday, I'm now going to pause so my producer can insert my call of Iowa's third straight win because this is Friday. You're watching it on a Sunday. Here's what I did on Saturday. I'm sure it was great. Do I just keep pausing? Oh, okay.
The way Coker's been running the football, you got to expect the onside here, Eddie boy.
Oh, you bet. Kirk Ferentz knows Minnesota ran that surprise onside a year ago. They'll be ready. He never makes the same mistake 4 times.
No doubt about that, Mr. Ed. And here we go. The onside, just like everybody thought, and the Hawkeyes are not there.
What?
You can kick me in the nuts and call me Charlie. Minnesota has the football.
I have had it. I am getting out of here. You can stay here and watch this Pee Wee team beat us, but I'm leaving, guys.
Oh, Eddie boy, you can't leave. Me here alone to watch this garbage.
Time to evacuate. Get the door.
Hang on, guys. Can we at least hit the Pizza Ranch on the way out?
So I don't know if you remember.
Kick me in the nuts and call me Charlie has been repeated by several of us many times.
Yeah, but so Minnesota was clearly going to kick an onside, and somehow Ferentz was blindsided by that. He only had he had his normal kick return unit out, and they ended up losing that game. I had totally forgotten
that was great. That was great. And my favorite part of that, because it's subtle, is Gary going, do I just sit here? Do I just pause? Yeah, that's great. It's a nice touch. All right, number 2.
Yeah, we saw a little Bob Brooks, rest in peace, at the very end of that. I mean, these guys were all still alive when I was there. Bob Brooks, Jim Zabel.
Legends.
And I loved doing those bits that included them, and Andy did the Bob Brooks, and I loved doing the Jim Zabel. And my number 2 involves Zabel when he was still on WHO Radio's Sound Off, and this was, I believe, right after Iowa lost to Central Michigan at home.
Welcome into Sound Off on 1040 WHO. I'm John Miller with Jim Zabel and Ed Podolak. We are here in the wake of Iowa's 32-31 loss to Central Michigan.
John.
Jim, how are you?
Hey, Ed. Hey, Ed.
Ed, you there?
Hey, Ed.
No, I'm not here.
Hang in there, Ed.
Yeah,
I got to get to
hang
the
in
phones
there, Ed.
right now. We start in Cedar Rapids. Tim, welcome to Sound Off. You're our first caller.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump off the top of the Alliant Tower.
Now, Tim, hang
I
on a
just can't
minute.
go
Let's
on
not
like
get
this
crazy.
anymore.
Oh, it's not that crazy, John. He's just real disappointed in the loss.
This guy sounds kind of serious. I think he might actually
Well,
jump.
some people deal with loss in different ways. We all know that, and we support you, Jim.
Well, I appreciate the support, fellas. I really wish it didn't have to end this way. I just can't. I just
Jim,
can't
if
do
you
it.
haven't had a good last meal yet, there's a maid right just a couple blocks down.
We're just going to
First
move on
Ave.
right now. I cannot have this on my conscience.
You've got a guy killing himself. And Zabel's like, all right, we support you.
Some people deal with laws in different ways.
Why don't you have a maid right? God, that's man. You touched genius a few times with that cross-tracking, and it's so different. I know now, Chris, you have access to absolutely state-of-the-art equipment, big staff, and all that, but sometimes that even works against you when you get more people involved. Many of these are just you sitting in an old audio room and making all these edits, because that would be, you would spend all day on some of these. These are not easy to put together.
I loved when we had a good idea. It was the most enjoyable part of my job. But number 1.
Yeah, let's hear number 1. I think everybody's expecting Stivers Ford.
So yes and no. It's Stivers Ford, but not the original bit. It's the outtakes from the original bit, which I find even more enjoyable.
All right, so Stivers Ford, take 1.
You see, I'm damn proud and I was Stivers Ford. I'm so proud and I was
It's getting hot now, so I'm sweating.
Should we just screw the mustache for you?
What?
Should we just not do the mustache for you?
What?
Should we not do the mustache?
Yes, I'm damn proud.
Say that.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud. So proud.
Yeah, there you go. Get a quick little tight shot of his hip gyrating. Get a hips gyrating shot.
I'm ready to piss myself in my Stivers Ford.
All right, that's enough. I got something I can use. Bloody talent.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to keep. I didn't know you were
Oh, that was perfect.
I didn't know you were going to walk out while I was saying telling my own.
Oh, and Chris, what the total time there? No, and this was the Scott Siepker, who's over here to my right at Oktoberfest. Scott was stunned the first time he went on RV TV when he's like, okay, I think I've got it. Let's do another take. I was like, that's the take. Man, we got to go. We have like 30 minutes to shoot this whole thing. The amount of time in that booth was less than an hour.
Yeah.
And then the editing begins. And
some blurring as well, because I was falling out of those shorts.
Those were your wife's shorts.
Because
you misunderstood. I told you that the inspiration was Michael Bolton. You know, I'm done right, and somehow you thought I was talking about George Michael. So you came dressed like you were in Wham.
Yes, I thought you wanted me to be like very gay as the singer. That's what I thought because I thought you wanted me to be George Michael.
Michael Bolton was the. It all worked out, And it worked out great for WHO 13.
It did.
It's by far the favorite thing we've ever done on Sound Off. And we all had a little bit of anxiety the next day of like, how's that going over? And I remember we were on RVTV in Winterset. And when a couple of elderly ladies came up and were saying, that's the hardest I've laughed in, I don't know, years. And as the day went on, we got more and more confident. But then it got even better for the television station. They ended up with an increased relationship with Stivers because Stivers was smart enough to lean into this and say, hey, this is positive attention. Let's roll with it. So we got a car deal. Had a trade out for cars. We got new news cars. And to this day, we have a great relationship with Stivers. But that shows you a smart company and a smart dealership, because I think a lot of people would have gone the other way with it and been dumb about it and been like, no, we're totally offended by this. But they didn't, and they're glad that they did it the way they did.
I didn't know at the time. I had no idea that you guys were worried that this could be a bad thing for the station, like that this could go the other way.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those examples of you can get away with it if it's funny. If it's not funny, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, right.
It's like any comedian will tell you that, like, a joke, as long as it's funny, you usually can get away with it. But if it's not, then you might be in trouble. So, yeah, we were worried, mainly because a guy I really respect and respect him to this day said, you can't air this. You're not seriously considering putting this on the air, are you? I was like, yeah. He's like, I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. And then I go back to Andy, and he's like, oh, man. Yeah, so we had a lot of stress, but turned out to be a good thing for everybody. All right, worst experiences at WHO 13.
Okay, this actually goes right to the Stivers Ford cars. Number 3 is when I was told I could not drive the station vehicles anymore because the station went with an El Cheapo insurance company that went back and looked at my driver's history from when I was 16 years old.
And you got the 3
a bunch
tickets
of
the same day.
Yeah, and so I couldn't drive for either 6 months or a year. And I had already been working there several years, and I hadn't gotten any tickets since I started working. Didn't have any issues.
And then I had to go into it for the conversation of, is Chris worth having somebody drive him around to do his job? And we ultimately decided yes, which was the right answer.
Thank God for Brandon McCauley, who was
your
my chauffeur that entire time.
By the way, want to put it out there, this company no longer owns WHO 13, so just to be clear. All right,
Correct,
number 2.
Yes. Number 2, worst experience while I was there was when I found out Andy wanted to come back from Kansas City. So for
that
people
was
who
on
don't know the
RDTV.
story, yes, I filled Andy's position when I originally went there in 2007 when Andy went to Kansas City. So Andy went to Kansas City, job opens up, and I get the vacant job, and I'm there for about 3 months. We go on RVTV, and I am in the RV. Keith had his laptop open because he was working on the rundown for the show, and it was just sitting out in the open, and the laptop had an email from Andy discussing how he wanted to come back. He didn't like it in Kansas City, and I freaked out because I thought that meant that I was going to be out. How is Andy going to come back if there's no job open in sports? It's going to be my ass out. And I knew I was struggling the first few months. Like I did not do a good job. I came in there not really knowing how to shoot. I mean, you guys had to teach me everything about shooting games and doing stories and all that. And I freaked out. I was ready to leave. You had to talk me down.
I saw your anxiety. I mean, really, your anxiety. I felt bad for you. You were in a bad place that night. I was really worried about you.
But then somehow you talked me into staying, and that everything would be okay.
I told you he was not coming back and taking your job. You probably didn't believe me at the time, but look at the credibility established.
Yeah. So then come to find, we do RVTV. I do a few memorable skits that were your idea, where I went out and dressed up as an Iowa fan. Well, I was an Iowa fan. I still am an Iowa fan, and caused all kinds of trouble with a bullhorn. And people loved that. People loved when I dressed up in the Iowa State throwback uniform and went around town talking to people. And so then I got an email from the boss, Rod, and he's like, great job this week. So I start feeling a little bit better. And then boom, I find out Andy's coming back to be a news person. Yes.
There it is.
And then that turns into one of the greatest things ever because, Andy becomes my best friend in Des Moines.
All right, in the interest of time, AD, let's just gloss right past the fact that Hassel was reading my laptop that was left open and checking out my emails. It was there. Just remember, do not leave anything open around Hassel. All right, let's get to number one.
Number one has a video with it because it's actually a sound-off skit. AD, why don't you roll that, and then I'll explain why this is my worst moment at Channel 13.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Yes.
So
That's a lot of pressure, 52 weeks a year. I said, come up with something.
If you're just listening, it was the video of me with the Heisman Trophy in the foreground, which we had that weekend for whatever reason, because Keith's a voter. And I'm in the background, shirtless, pantsless, wearing boxers and shoes and a green motorcycle helmet. That I don't know.
Randomly wearing a helmet.
And I run with a football. I set up a bunch of ceiling tiles from the basement that I found at the station. I set them up in a doorway, and I busted through the ceiling tiles like I was busting through a doorway, a wall, or whatever, scoring a touchdown. And the reason why it's the worst experience of my Channel 13 career is because I was leaving to go to Jamaica the next day for a vacation with my wife. And Keith said, you cannot leave this building until you do something memorable for Sound Off. So
it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was at gunpoint too, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so I'm racking my brain. What the hell am I going to do? I'm walking around the building. What am I going to do? I don't know. So I find these ceiling tiles in the basement, and I put that up, and I do that. I crash through them, shirtless, pantsless, and I feel thousands of stabbing pains all over my skin. Because, yes, the ceiling tiles had little fiberglass shards in them.
And it took jumping into them for you to realize this?
Yeah, I had no idea. I was a 23-year-old kid from Muscatoon, grew up on a melon patch.
You did. You were raised by wolves in the forest.
And but it wasn't the pain that made it the worst. It was the
itching.
Nope. It was the worry that there was asbestos in the ceiling tiles and that I was going to get cancer and die.
Jeez.
And I still have to live with that because that was only, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
When I get diagnosed, I will be coming back to you to blame you for that skit.
When I get diagnosed.
You look in pretty good health, though. Well, hang in there.
So far, so good.
All right. Most annoying things about Andy Fales, starting with number 3.
He isn't affected at all by a bad sports announcer. You've
like
talked
a
about it on the
play-by-play
show.
guy?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't care
or
at
a
all.
Color person.
He doesn't. It's like he doesn't even notice.
I didn't even notice.
He doesn't have favorites. He doesn't have least favorites.
So he's the guy that does not matter who's doing the announcing.
No.
Okay.
And it drives me nuts because there are some games where I can't even pay attention to the game because I'm so consumed by how horrible the announcer is or how annoying they are to me.
You're a terrific play-by-play announcer and underutilized by both ESPN and CBS, but you are the other extreme. So I could see where this would annoy you about Andy, that he doesn't really care because you care a lot.
Drives me nuts.
All right,
number two, most annoying thing about Andy is that he will rarely text back, and often doesn't even read the text. So you think he's aware of something.
Everybody here who knows Andy is nodding.
Yeah.
Yep.
You mentioned it to him maybe a week later, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Well, I sent you the text a week ago.
What do
I
you
didn't
mean?
read that. You expect me to read that?
We're at Oktoberfest at Waterworks Park Friday. I'll be in the forest.
And my number one most annoying thing about Andy is that he is often aloof. There were a number of times where he would invite me over to his house to hang out. I would show up when he told me to come. I'd walk in the door.
So far.
And he wasn't there. And his wife Kahala would be like, "Oh yeah, he's got a guitar lesson. He'll be back in an hour."
Just sit down, have some milk and cookies.
He's very deliberate sometimes. He's a very slow driver. That drives me crazy as well. You only asked for 3 though, so I guess I should stop there.
All right, yeah. Let's flip the script here, and things you admire about Andy or admirable things about your good friend Andy Fales.
Number 3 is that we can get into a real argument, like yelling at each other. You saw it in the newsroom once, 2008, like pretty early on in our friendship. We were yelling at each other. We were going crazy. And it always ends up, very shortly after, it ends up making us stronger. And I think most people, you get in an argument like that with somebody, and it's hard to come back, and you don't come back.
We need the ability to, if not argue, to have discourse and debate in this country and still be able to shake hands, be neighbors, be friends, be relatives, whatever the case may be, especially with the political divide. But we've just lost that. Everybody wants to be in their own silo with like-thinking people. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And yeah, you and Andy, not over politics, but over many things. Yeah. Sometimes you'll get passionate in your argument, but then once you both feel heard, you move on and remember that you love each other.
Yeah, and somehow end up better for it. And I don't have any other friend that I've really had that kind of relationship with where, I mean, I've gotten in arguments with people and we're not really friends, but it's different with Andy, and I give him a lot of credit for getting through it.
No, it's great. I like that a lot.
Number 2, the age gap never really bothered him with me. Like I was 22, he was almost 40, and we were like best friends.
Yeah, you were. I feel like you are.
And so I'm thinking now, like, I'm not going to be best friends with a 22-year-old that starts working at HQ tomorrow.
Sure.
I'm 40. It's not going to happen. I admire him for that, because I don't think a lot of people would, unless you're talking about like a girlfriend, that you're looking for a young girlfriend. That's a little bit different.
Doing a little North Carolina coaching. He saw something in you, and he also saw that you were so naive in so many ways.
Yeah, he loved
and
that.
the more we've gotten to know your dad, the more we realize, then now it makes sense.
Exactly. Number 1 thing I admire about Andy is that he, believe it or not, is extremely thoughtful.
True.
And I know you guys know that.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people know that. God, he just brought something up a week or so ago on the show. Like, he saw somebody at the airport 15 years ago who asked to help and just wanted a little tip, and Andy said, "No, I'm okay, I got it." It's still eating at him. But with me, like, he'll just send like random gifts. And it's just randomly, we'll get something in the mail, and it's a dog toy for our dog Nori, or it's a when I moved to Connecticut, it was like this thing to go outside to hold all the firewood. Just little things like that. And he wrote me a note when I left Channel 13 to go to ESPN, a long note, and a lot of great advice in there. The one that I remember the most is, don't completely open up to everyone right away and show them who you really are, because that might be a little too scary for them.
That's
like,
great.
Keep some of that in.
Yeah, and it is interesting too, and I've tried to remember this more, like the random gift, even a small one that you receive when you're not expecting it, how much more impactful that is than a Christmas or birthday present, or one that's scheduled, that you're expecting to get a gift. And that's something I've tried to remember too, even with the kids. You send them a present when they're not expecting it. hits so much more than it does when they just know it's gift time. So, yeah, that's very good. All right, Chris, we have about 7 minutes on your deadline, so these will be a little bit faster, though. Favorite teams of all time, any sport, starting with 3.
All right, number 3, the 05-06 Iowa basketball team. There you go, AD. He's got the picture in the all golds there. Greg Bruner, Jeff Horner.
Look how big those uniforms are.
Yeah, baggy. That's Doug Thomas. Remember Doug Thomas flying through the air for dunks? I went to just about every home game that Big Ten season, and I believe they went unbeaten at home. And the Big Ten was really good, and Iowa was unbeatable at home. That's when the Hawks' Nest was at its absolute peak. It was packed every game. They went crazy. It was a legit home court environment. Of course, it ended with the loss to Northwestern State on a last-second shot. But that team, that season, I just loved it. It was my most enjoyable season as an Iowa basketball fan. Number 2, the 95-96 Bulls. Oh, my God. This is the season after Jordan returns late in the year. So the year before this, Jordan returns with the number 45 from baseball. He's kind of out of shape. They get beat by the Magic. They go out, they get Dennis Rodman, and they win 72 games.
That was a
best basketball
blast.
team I've ever seen. And Jordan was at his peak.
And it was like the
that season.
Beatles showing up at every arena.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to put into words what that was like. It's a closest we've seen lately is just the Caitlin Clark phenomena. I
Sure.
mean, when that was at its absolute apex.
And my number 1 team of all time, 2002 Iowa football. Brad Banks, Kirk Ferentz announcing, his arrival. This was the first shared Big Ten championship. It sucks that they didn't get to play Ohio State in the regular season. I felt like that team could beat anyone when that season ended. The problem is it ended in the middle of November, and they didn't play again until New Year's. They had a month and a half off.
And even though Brad Banks has that rose in his mouth, and we were up there at the Metrodome for that game, they end up going to the Orange Bowl.
Right, and got smoked by USC. Who ended up playing in the Rose Bowl anyway? I don't even remember, but...
Would it be Ohio State and...
Well, they went to the Fiesta Bowl, Ohio State.
Oh, they went
and
Fiesta
Miami.
Bowl? Okay. I don't remember.
I went to every home game that season, and it was just... That team was so damn good. You had the most dynamic Iowa quarterback of all time, and Bob Sanders. They had everything. So much fun to watch.
I'm sure, just to get it out of the way, for any Cyclone fan watching, just want to remind you of the one regular season
Why did you
loss
have
over
to?
Kinnick Stadium. Because I can hear them. They're probably in the comments already like, hey, what happened in the Cyhawk game that year? Favorite athletes of all time, beginning with number 3.
Number 3, Chris Street. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I remember all the games he played, and I was still pretty young. I was in 2nd grade when he died. But the impact, he was on my favorite teams when I started watching sports. And then losing him just like that in the middle of that season, I remember I got grounded for that Iowa-Duke game. Iowa was playing at Duke. I was so excited to watch it, and I got grounded, and I couldn't watch the game, and that ended up being Chris Street's last game.
I can't even imagine what you had to do to get grounded, because I know some of your stories.
I don't remember what I did, but couldn't have been that bad. I was in 2nd grade. He's the only local one I have in the top 3. Number 2 is Tiger Woods. My God. The run he went on, it was appointment viewing every week. He lifted that entire sport, and that was the sport that I played. I played golf.
Right.
And everybody was acting like they were Tiger Woods.
It was so interesting. Like this, he was so big. It again is a little bit like we saw with Caitlin Clark last year, and for a little bit this year. Like suddenly, people who had never paid attention to a sport were just completely into it. And like my mom would watch Tiger Woods on Sunday. Like she'd never watched golf or had any interest, and that's just kind of he is one of those athletes. There's only a handful that just move the needle like no one in that sport ever has or ever will.
And it just fell right in my sweet spot too, because he wins that first Masters right as I'm starting to play competitive golf, and he's in his prime, his heyday, 2000, 2001, when I'm playing golf in high school on the high school golf team. I've got all of his shirts, and that was when golf was at its peak. But he is a close number 2, close, very close. But Michael Jordan's number 1. I mean, nobody better. I saw 6 championships, huge Bulls. I watched every game growing up. Now I don't watch any NBA really until the playoffs. Any argument that he's not the best player of all time, I don't think you can win it, because he was.
He was amazing. We don't have to go back over all the ways that Michael Jordan changed the sport, changed sports, changed marketing. But just a random thing, I'm watching that crazy 2-part Charlie Sheen documentary movie the other night.
I just finished it last night.
How about just out of nowhere, you're reminded that one time Michael Jordan played Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen 2-on-1 at a high school gym in front of a bunch of teenage girls screaming about Charlie Sheen.
And Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen beat him. They were sinking half-court shots. It was crazy.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that was really random.
Did you finish it, by the way? Did you finish the Sheen doc?
I did.
Did you notice in there that they said Sheen blames a lot of his craziness and going off the rails to too much testosterone?
I did. Yeah. But there's so many different things he can blame. I think it's hard to narrow it down to one source.
Might have been the cocaine and not the testosterone, but
the crack.
I'm just foreshadowing a little bit.
Could have been either.
Williams yesterday on our show said that the people at game day told him he needs to stop coming in so much. He needs to pull back because he has too much testosterone in his body.
Yeah, but in Williams' defense, he is not smoking 7-gram rocks of crack. So he could be okay. All right, bucket list sporting events, Chris, what do you have? You've been to a lot of places. You've been to the Super Bowl.
The big one is the Masters. That's the one I want to get to. It's really hard to get there. That is the most unique one.
Yeah, me too.
I want to be able to get there. And then there's all kinds of like college football venues that I want to go to that I haven't been yet, like Tennessee, Penn State. But other than the Masters, there's not like one event that I want to get. I've been to the Super Bowl. I've been to the national championship game, football and basketball. So just the Masters.
Masters, that's the top one. All right, but final thing here, we're right at 2 o'clock, and we said we'd have you out by then, but final thing for you, Chris. What are you most proud of yourself for?
When I was at Channel 13, I'm most proud of myself for working through a lot of the issues that I had. And one of them was a time where I had a horrible episode with anxiety and going on the air. There were several times where I was supposed to be anchoring the sportscast, and I was sitting in the bathroom, like I couldn't go out there. I couldn't do it. But I knew if I didn't do it that one time, that it could derail everything, and I might not ever be able to do it again. So I went out there, even though I was in the middle of panic attacks, and did as good of a job as I could and tried to hide it as much as I could. And I got through it and got through to the other side. And I don't think I would have been able to do that if I didn't just put myself out there and do it, because I was scared to death a few times.
You pushed through it, and you should be proud of yourself for that. And I think that would surprise people, because one of the things I say about you sometimes in a half-joking manner, I'll say, Chris Hassel is the only person I've ever known who's more comfortable on the air than off. Because it just looks like it comes so easily to you, but sometimes it's not as easy as it looks, even with somebody that has your talent. And, Chris, I'll remind you of a story. I don't know if you'll remember this, but when you were at the peak of the nerves and anxiety you had about being around people and about crowds, Jenny and I said, well, look, there's an event down in Albia.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
For breast cancer awareness. And I know all these people, Joe Millage and that crew, Jason Summers, great people. And they would like us to come down there and speak, and I think you should do it. It's just a safe space for public speaking. We'll have a great time. So we went down there and we stayed at that place on Rathman Lake, and we went to the event. And you went out there. You came out in the Gary Dolphin sweater with that huge, head of hair, and you went out there and you just killed it. I mean, I've never been to the Funny Bone when a comedian had people rolling out of their chairs the way you did there. And I mean, and toward the end, and I knew kind of what you were going to do, toward the end, you just ran off stage.
Yeah, I did.
And people thought it was part of the bit, and they were just like, oh, yeah! They just thought it was great. And I knew you had a little bit longer to go, so I went back there, and you were just like a ball of anxiety. You're like, I don't think any of that worked. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? I've never had an audience respond to me like they just did you. And that's when I saw it up close, and you were like kind of rocking and tense. And I mean, this could not have gone better. And I remember talking you through. I was like, Chris, that was a big hit. They loved you. They can't wait for you to come back out and talk to you and shake your hand. And then you went back out there. It was hard for you. And then, I don't know, within 10 or 15 minutes, a smile returned to your face, and just person after person was telling you how great you were.
What I remember most about that weekend was not that, because I basically blacked out for that whole thing. It was when I learned from you that I should drink 1 glass of water for every alcoholic beverage that I consume per night. Like, so if you had 5 drinks tonight, you should drink 5 cups of water before you go to bed. That's what I remember from that weekend.
That's your takeaway from that event. Mm-hmm. That is so Hassel. Oh, that's great. Well, Chris, we need to let you go because we want to be respectful of your time. It's so great to have you on here. I think this is going to be one of those shows a lot of people go back and watch again because you made it so entertaining, sharing part of your memories with us. So thank you.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll
we'll see you tonight.
Later on after Iowa beats Rutgers by double figures.
Yeah, buddy.
Instant Iowa. What time do you expect that? Where will you be in Eastern time zone?
I'm expecting it midnight Eastern.
Yeah,
so
what, 10:30, 11 o'clock?
Ooh. Yeah, that's my guess. Right. Yep. Because I don't think we're going to be going up that early on this one. Not like we did last week.
I'm not doing a halftime show this week.
That'd be good if you do. All right, thank you, Chris.
Thanks, guys.
That is Chris Hassel of Two Guys, which is on every Monday and Thursday here on Iowa Everywhere. Really popular show. God, they get huge audiences sometimes. All right, it's time to find out what's bugging you. It is powered by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Hey, this is Vin in Florida. You know what's bugging me? It's guys that are on their phone at the urinal. Don't you already have your hands full? They're watching videos, and it's just put a real new meaning to streaming.
Howdy, y'all. This is Jimmy, Jackson's lover. Now, I've never listened to this Murph and Andy pod show before, but someone shared this mouth pipe deal with me from last week, and I just have one thing to say. Cade Murphy, stay the away from my man.
What? All right, that's what's bugging you. Speakpipe.com/Murph_Andy.
That's right.
Scott Siepker is with us. Hello, Scott.
Oh, here, there we go.
Yeah, I want to put the word
Scott.
out here, Scott. I know we didn't run this by you first because I was afraid you'd say no. So AD has some sweet AKC merch.
Yep.
Rope hats. What else do you have? You have these slap-on things you can pick. If you beat Siepker in a Steinholding contest, we have room for a couple of people. So if you would like to take Scott on, if you think you can beat Scott, come up here. Steinholding contest. We're going to need one of the fine folks here from Oktoberfest, which, by the way, at Waterworks Park goes all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, free. Kids, dogs, anybody can come out. How, Scott, you may know the answer to this. Where is the bend? How far does it have to? It has to be straight out.
Must be straight out.
Must be straight out. Okay, I see we have some takers here. Before we do that, though, we do need to go to Confluence, or what do you want to do next?
Yeah. Let's
go to Confluence.
Yeah, let's do a little Confluence.
Down the street from here, it's near Waterworks Park. It's the official beer of Murph and Andy, and Confluence are where good things come together. Now featuring Old Tavern and Oktoberfest. Speaking of Oktoberfest, you can find that at Confluence. All right, so Scott, we've set it up, but first we need Scott School. So ready or not, Scott School. Remember Scott School?
Yes.
Okay, Scott School.
Scott School is cool. Yeah.
I'm worried he's making this up as he goes right now.
Welcome to Oktoberfest. The original Oktoberfest was October 12th, 1810. It was the wedding
Fact check all this.
Crown Prince Ludwig and Princess Teresa Saxe-Hagenbugenhaus.
I don't think that's right.
They invited all the town of Bavaria, the area, and they had a horse race and drank beer. And people loved it so much they did it the year after that and the year after that. And then they figured out, the weather's better if we back this up a little bit. And that's why today, Oktoberfest is at the end of September into the early October. And that's Scott School.
Scott School is cool. Yeah.
I'm really sorry about my voice.
AD, chances of that being true?
Some of it's true. It also stepped on a lot of my more. So it's all right.
That's all right. We couldn't really understand
we're
anything he was
exactly.
saying. Anyway, Scott School is presented by Hoodoo, the Odd Job Marketplace. By the way, things I hope are going well at Hoodoo because Jenny and I have a couple of projects we're going to need Hoodoo help with.
Wonderful. We have some breaking news coming hopefully next week that I can tell you about Hoodoo. Very exciting news.
All right, we have a stupid quickie poll that's not that stupid really, but obviously this comes from Scott's mind because only 2 teams have played in 4 Super Bowls without winning a Super Bowl.
That's rough, Scott. Who would you rather see win a Super Bowl? The Bills or the Vikings?
Please be the Bills. Please be the Bills.
Right now, the Bills are winning.
They are.
That's probably Bears, Packers.
That's the thing.
Hate,
right?
Lions,
yes.
hate, towards, but yeah, that's good.
I do want the Bills to win because I'd like to see Scott enjoy that. Although I fear it'll do what it did for his Cubs fandom, which would be kill it, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, more than anything, I hate the Vikings.
Oh, hey, Katie says that what Scott said is mostly true.
Thank you.
So there you go.
Well
All
done,
right, so
Katie.
Scott, I know your voice is weak right now. We have good news for that because we have a Steinholding contest here at Oktoberfest. So if you want to get up there, we'll see if we
got a camera.
We'll see if we can run a mic to you. But for now, drop the headset off and we'll get this set up as AD and I do throwdowns, kind of all over the place. But AD, we can handle it.
Yeah, we can. Let's throw it down.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Tire and Auto brings us throwdowns. They treat you like family at all their locations, and we appreciate them everywhere they are. All right, Murph. Iowa hasn't had a quarterback throw for 300 yards in a game since 2019 when Nate Stanley did so against Illinois. Will Mark Gronowski throw for 300 yards in a game?
I don't think so. I think he'll flirt with it. I think he can get to 250, but if you asked me to bet the 300, it would have been Albany or UMass.
Yeah.
I know it could still happen, and sometimes if you get behind against an Oregon or a Penn State, maybe you have to start throwing early in the game, and that could happen as well. But I'm going to say no.
All right. Anthony Rizzo celebrated. I'll say no also, by the way. He only did it once or twice in his FCS career. Anthony Rizzo celebrated his Cubs career by retiring with the team he led to the 2016 World Series. In hindsight, is it ultimately disappointing that the Cubs only won 1 championship with that core of players?
It is mildly disappointing, but I think you have to look big picture, and the big picture is ending that more than 100-year drought, 108 years. That's the big picture.
Yeah.
They got it done. That matters so much more than what a repeat would have done. So the big picture, they got it done.
Hey, that's throwdowns.
All right. Thank you, AD. So, Matt, Can we turn a camera so that
yeah,
people?
we got one up. Yeah.
Oh, we got one here. Oh, wow. I didn't know we had a 3-camera shoot
Look at
going
that.
on here. That's pretty impressive. All right, so Scott is competing against 4 people. I'm already worried that 2 are dressed ready for Oktoberfest. We're here at Waterworks Park. It's going on all weekend, right? Friday,
all
Saturday,
weekend,
Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Kids, dogs, free.
Yep, and there's live music, a lot of cool stuff. We got great food and beer. It's awesome.
All right, Scott has done some Steinholding, and, he's clearly in good shape. How are you handicapping this? Scott going to win this?
No, Scott's not going to win this.
All right, I see Shawnee Jenks is in this.
Yeah.
He is in the White Sox shirt. So, all right, let's get it going. Let's count it down.
Yeah.
Everybody out. We'll 3, 2, 1 it. All right, ready,
All
forward.
right, yep.
3, 2, 1, go. The average person, 2 to 5 minutes.
2 to 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I could do this for about 30 seconds.
Now, does everybody have their arms straight enough,
It
Matt?
looks like it.
Matt, I need you to make sure we don't have any bent elbows. Shawnee Jenks is right on the edge there.
Straight out, Shawnee.
Yeah, come on, Shawnee Jenks. So we'll continue with this and see how this goes. In the meantime, Grimaldi's fan photo winner of a $50 gift card goes to John Recker. Now, this is John and his wife Brooke enjoying a 2-foot long box of nachos.
Yeah, he said she likes nachos. She said, "Hey, go get me some nachos."
She loves nachos.
He brought
apparently.
back a 2-foot long box, and that made it hard for her to keep score, which she likes to do it at Major League Baseball games. But she forgave him.
Well, she got her nachos, got a nice photo, and got a $50 gift card to Grimaldi's. They're headed to the Ankeny Grimaldi's. Grimaldi's Coal Brick Oven Pizzeria on Mills Civic Parkway in West Des Moines and the district at Prairie Trail in Ankeny. All right, so as do we have anybody out?
No, we're still.
All right, keep an eye
still
on
holding
Shawnee
strong.
Jenks' elbow over there. All right. I'm going to tell you a few things here about the Oktoberfest. We have this time. The event will feature steins of German beer, an array of German food vendors, traditional games and activities, including Steinholding competitions like this one. It starts at 11 each day, Friday through Sunday. Again, free and open to everyone, including kids and dogs. So come on by. Headlining music acts start at 7 p.m. each night.
Oh, we got 2 people out.
We got 2
Down
out.
to 3.
2 out. Thank you for doing it, though.
playing.
Should we?
Yeah, you guys can. Hey, grab some merch.
Yeah, we're gonna do it anyway.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, we appreciate
Grab
it.
a hat. Grab a koozie.
The Other Brothers on Saturday, Bad Friends on Sunday, and for more information, visit Biergarten with a T -Oktoberfest.com. And Oktoberfest in this manner is spelled with a K.
With a K. It's technically the only Oktoberfest in the Des Moines city limits. The one that used to be around here has moved up to Ankeny. There's a few of them, but they've all kind of spread out, so that's nice. You can get like 3 straight weekends of Oktoberfest fun, but it all kicks off today here at Waterworks Park and at the Des Moines Biergarten.
In the middle, we have some beer shaking.
We're shaking.
We got some shaking.
A little shaking going on.
The Steve Prohm lookalike has some shaking here.
Oh, is he going to hold?
Oh, man.
Scott's standing strong, though, man.
Scott's pretty steady.
It feels like he's done this before.
Scott, by the way, is like wearing shoes that a prince would wear in a Disney movie.
He's wearing the.
Oh, good job, though.
There we go.
Good
the
job.
lederhosen is out. It's down to 2.
We're down to 2. We're down to a guy who really knows how to drink beer, and Scott.
Scott's wearing
Nice
the
job.
shoes
Yeah,
that
grab
the
some. Thank
original Prince of Oktoberfest wore.
We got a little bit of shake on. We got a little bit of shake.
Oh no!
Oh, Scott won.
Oh,
Scott won.
Talk about your all-time backfires.
Wow.
Well
that didn't
done,
work out.
Scott.
Scott, congratulations. Wow. That was.
He made up for the bench press.
Yeah, I think he did make up for his failed bench press, which has been mocked across the world as an example,
and rightfully so,
of writing a check that your body can't cash. Let's go to more here as we give Scott a few seconds to just catch his breath.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Either Or Eatery and Patio, not far from where we are right now. It'll be a great weekend to be on the patio
Nice
there
day
as
for it.
well. Nice job, Scott.
That was very good,
well
Scott.
done.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a mental exercise And sorry about my high register is totally gone, so I'm talking much lower today.
That's okay. We don't mind you being a little quieter than usual.
Thank you.
By the way, this the Ruthie NA.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. Yeah, it tastes like beer.
We make man.
Jeez.
We make good beer here in Des Moines.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
that?
we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We do. Hey, nice job. Seriously.
Yeah,
that was good.
Seriously, well done. We were hoping to embarrass you, and it didn't happen.
It's one of those things that once you have the experience of going through the pain, you realize it's just a mental exercise. I could have gone another minute probably. I was very happy that I had inexperienced folks going against
I was going to
me.
say, I did notice that, like, before it started, you were the only one who set your beer down. Everybody else was already holding it. And then, like, you waited until when they said, 3, 2, 1 to extend your...
So it makes up for the bench press, we decided.
No. No, it doesn't.
Would you like a hat or a sticker or this? I mean, as the winner...
I'm going to take this.
Okay. Would you like a hat, too? It's got a rope on it.
I already got a hat with a rope on it.
Nope to the rope. Scott, how long, because you've done these before, how long do you think you could have kept going? Because you did not have any shake yet.
I would hope over 4 minutes. That would be my hope.
You did pretty well.
Every year I tell myself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start training in July. And then I never do.
Ryan points out, well, it is beer. It's just brewed, so there's almost no alcohol. Fair point, but I have had a couple of NAs that somehow didn't taste like my idea of beer. They tasted like my idea of vinegar.
Do you remember the original Old Duels? It was
not
just
good.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was not good. That's a good example. All right, back to AD with more.
All right, we are here at Oktoberfest. Let's get a second dose of a history lesson. As Scott said, the first Oktoberfest was held in Munich, 1810. Crown Prince Ludwig married Princess Hildburghausen.
Oh my gosh, it's true.
The festival continued to grow year after year. In 1832, a Greek delegation visited and later cited the festival as a model for their Olympic Games.
Okay.
How about that? How about in
school.
In 1881, they added the first bratwurst stalls. We got brat with some sauerkraut there for you, Murph.
Ooh, I'm a big sauerkraut fan.
In 1887, a brewery parade became part of the official opening, and now, like every Oktoberfest has, the tapping of the golden keg and the parade of the keg into the festival. And in 1900, small booths were replaced by the large beer halls, which are still used today. Last year, more than 7.2 million people attended Munich's Oktoberfest.
Won't have to fight that crowd here. It'll be a nice crowd all weekend, but not 7.2 million, thankfully. See, what made me think that he had no notes, and it looked like he was just making that name up on the spot.
It did.
So I didn't buy it, but okay.
Yeah.
I might have put a little extra German sting on it.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, an Ankeny teacher appeared on Wheel of Fortune as part of Teachers Week last night on the game show. Nick Oswald, a Dubuque native who's now the choir director at Southfield Middle School up in Ankeny, was a contestant last night. It's not his first time on a game show, though. He was a contestant on the short-lived You Bet Your Life reboot with Jay Leno in 2021, and then he was also on Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady in 2024. He said, once you get on a game show, you get on this list, and they just keep inviting you. So he won a cruise at $11,000 on the Wayne Brady Let's Make a Deal show. He won another $11,600 last night in a second-place finish. So he didn't win, but he walked away with $10,000.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad. Hey, and now from the bowels of Instagram, as Andy likes to say, a reminder to choose your words carefully.
7:02 already this morning. Just flying by like this week. It's Wednesday, right?
I think so.
Hump day.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump day.
It's not real. Oh.
Hopefully we'll have a dry hump day.
Yeah.
I hope you have a dry hump day, Scott.
You would never want to have a dry hump day. Of all the days.
You have to just keep going at that point.
Yeah,
But it couldn't have been easy.
That one guy was like, whoa. It's like, all right, come on, man.
Yeah, you got to let it go.
Come on, man.
John Bachman asked me how I keep my Johnson straight.
Golfer John Daly has had a big year. He starred in Happy Gilmore 2, and last week he broke a PGA Champions Tour record by carding a 19 on the par 5 12th hole at Stanford International. Daly hit his tee shot into the rough and then 7 straight shots into the water His 16th shot cleared the water but found more rough. 17 to the collar of the green, and then he got up and down for his 19. So it beat the champions to a record by 3 strokes. It only beat his personal record by 1 stroke.
Wow.
In 1998 at Bay Hill, Daly carded an 18 when he hit 6 straight shots into the water.
6 straight. Wow.
And that was like when that was in his prime. That's when he was good.
Winning majors. John Daly won more than 1 major.
He won 2, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and he's good, and Happy Gilmore too.
He is good in that. He's one of the bright spots in that movie, which I enjoyed. How about you, Scott?
I still haven't watched it.
Hey, that's okay. It's not on anybody's 10 movies you must watch before you die.
Well, Hassel said on Two Guys, you should watch Happy Gilmore 1 before you watch Happy Gilmore 2. And so now I have to do that.
Oh, you haven't watched 1?
I have, but not in like 20 years, right?
Yeah,
so, so I want to go back
it.
and watch it again. So, and Hassel has good advice, so I want to.
It's very self-referential. On this day in 1995, the New York Times and Washington Post published a manifesto written by the Unabomber in hopes that someone would recognize the writing and turn him in, and that's exactly what happened. David Kaczynski realized the writing was that of his brother Ted.
Wow.
Ted Kaczynski was then arrested, convicted, and sentenced to life in prison for murdering 3 people, injuring 23 others. He died in prison a couple of years ago.
AD, you have many brothers. Would
Yes.
you rat them out if you knew they were the Unabomber?
No.
Pretty awful
No
stuff.
is the answer. No.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know. If one of them had disappeared for 20 years and I hadn't talked to them, then maybe.
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
It's a hard question because you would be thinking not about the ratting out brother part as much as the is he going to kill more innocent people?
Yeah, right, absolutely. If you could put a stop to it. I don't think I would recognize any of my brother's writing. Like, I don't think my brother's writing a manifesto would tip me off. I probably wouldn't read it either, to be honest.
Yeah. Can I get this in podcast form or something? Yeah,
is there an audiobook of the Unabomber manifesto? There probably is.
I remember the sketch drawing they released of Kaczynski. You remember that? And it looked like every third guy in high school. It was like a hoodie with sunglasses on.
Yes, absolutely. And then finally, on this day in 1992, Barry Bonds joined Willie Mays, Howard Johnson, and Ron Gant as the only players with 2 seasons of 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. I bring this up just to remind everybody that Barry Bonds is the only member of the 500-500 club, 500 home runs, 500 stolen bases. He's also the only member of the career 400-400 club. Barry Bonds, if you ever want to dive into Barry Bonds' stats, it's a lot of fun. You have to put aside the fact that a lot of it was, especially at the end, was, aided.
Barry Bonds comes up in that crazy train wreck of a documentary on Charlie Sheen.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
did he and Martin Sheen beat Barry Bonds in a home run derby?
No, but it does have Sheen in a home run derby.
Really?
Yes, but no,
I thought Sheen was a pitcher.
They're friends. You've watched too many movies.
Yeah, I guess so.
All
hey,
right.
that's your more.
All right, again, congratulations. Let's slide in Evan or Alec.
Yeah,
Who's
here's
coming?
Alec.
Alec's
coming up here. Hey, step over here. Get Scott off that headset.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Scott. Rest your voice.
Yeah, go. Thanks for all you've done for us today.
I'm really sorry about my voice, everybody.
It's all right. We appreciate you coming out. It's good to see you. I think Florida was good for you.
You do look good, Scott. Alec Davis, one of the owners here at the Beer Garden.
Hi, Alec. You probably don't need a beer.
Not just yet. I still got a little bit of work ahead of me.
I had a NA beer. Is good. It was nice. I appreciate it.
They've come a long way. They have a good product.
Yeah. So what's going on this weekend?
Well, we got Oktoberfest, and you might have heard of it. And this is, we're the Des Moines Biergarten. We've been here for a couple years down at Waterworks Park here in Des Moines. We are just kind of family-friendly beer garden in the park. We're here all summer long when the weather is nice, and we're doing our own Oktoberfest celebration this weekend, which just means we've got lots of beer, we got lots of German food, we got music all weekend, and it's just a fun, family-friendly atmosphere.
Yeah, my wife and I enjoy coming down here. Occasionally we'll bring our dogs. That's usually a mistake. Because they're just they're rescue dogs. They're like scared of everybody else. They don't. No one's scared of them, but they make a fuss, and people start to give us the side eye. Like,
my kids just swing in those hammocks over there. They go over to the hammocks and just like do circles in them.
Yeah, the hammocks are forever being occupied by about 45 kids at any given time.
A lot of bikes show up here. Of course, we almost always run into friends that are out biking, cycling. And big fan of the beer garden. That's a great idea because this is such a nice space out here. And just to be able to go up there, get a beer, have a walk, feel like you're in nature a little bit, it's nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, and it was really a pop-up idea that we had no idea where it was going to go in 22, and it just really took off. AD might not want to hear this, but it came from Wisconsin was the idea. Idea behind it.
I'm leaving.
I lived in Milwaukee, and they had them there. And while I appreciate our breweries and our patios and stuff like that, a true beer garden in a park setting, just as you guys would know, is just a little bit different. The amount of space, the amount of nature, and all of that. And we kind of got connected with the park, pitched them on the idea, and they said, let's give it a shot. And it's kind of been ever since.
Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. opens up. Of course, the rest of today here as well, but free.
Yep, yeah, there's no entry fee. As AD was mentioned, there's a couple different Oktoberfest celebrations going on. Some of them are ticketed, ours is not, so you're welcome to just come down and join us. Stay for as long as you'd like, and we've got music starting about noon each day and then going till 10 p.m. tonight and tomorrow night and 9 p.m. on Sunday.
7 p.m. each night, Guilty Pleasures Friday, Other Brothers Saturday, Bad Friends on Sunday. So if you need more information, Biergarten, BIERGARTEN -Oktoberfest with a K.com. You can get all of that.
Yeah, two strangely spelled weird words.
Yeah.
Biergarten and Oktoberfest.
Just go against your instincts, or if you're a bad speller, just go with what you normally would do. So how surprised were you that Scott Siepker won the Steinholding contest, the impromptu one held here?
I'll be honest, I wasn't surprised. I knew this was gonna be some secret trick that he'd actually be pretty good at it. So
it's like a ringer at Steinholding.
Yeah.
What is that? So you're gonna do some of that this weekend too, right?
We've got Steinholding, we've got some pretzel toss games, we got sack races for the kids, so we're kind of throwing it back old school. And in addition to, we have a kids zone or Kinder zone if you want to use the German spellings, and that. We've got a bouncy slide. We've got games. We've got face painting and stuff like that. So,
do you have any large pretzels? Or do you just have the small size, the bar pretzels?
We do big beers and big pretzels. That's kind of our thing. We don't really know moderation here.
Well, we really appreciate being down here, especially on a beautiful day. I hope you get this all weekend.
This turned out really well.
Yeah, early this morning, I mean, we're under a tent because we wondered if it was going to hold, and this is about perfect.
Yeah, we've been watching the weather all week. I literally was checking it probably every hour, which wasn't good for my mental health, but I couldn't stop.
Yeah, it's hard to stop.
And it looked right on the edge, and I think it's going to break the right way for us. So we're really excited. We do have some tents and stuff if we get any drizzles, but otherwise, yeah, it's beautiful here today. So come on down and join us tonight and all weekend.
Thanks for having us here. We enjoyed it. This has been fun. AD, it's time for the Ender Downs audio drop of the day, the AD Squared.
It absolutely is. It's powered by Game Day Men's Health. I go to Ankeny. I was there yesterday getting my testosterone boosting shot. I'm ready for tonight's Iowa game.
Don't take too much.
I won't.
Yeah, don't overdo it.
But that's a good thing. Like Hassel pointed out, they test you. They do labs every 6 weeks or so, and if they need to make little adjustments, they will here and there. And that's one of the fun things about Game Day is they're going to take care of you. It is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary. None of these bleeps are necessary. It's all innocent conversation, but I place bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa Unnecessary Censorship.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Logier Heating and Cooling are coming over to on our unit right now.
I laughed. I thought it was very funny to see these old guys doing the same is just a lot of fun.
Like if Jack Lambert had to retire because of turf toe, there's never been a tougher player in the history of the NFL than Jack Lambert.
That guy would play with an exposed.
I'm fine with it, Keith. It's fine. I saved all my parents' money. I think they used it all to go on cruises.
It's going to be a great weekend. What about you? Do you have anything in store?
No, tonight after work, we're just going to go to my favorite restaurant. I'll send you a picture of my
I'll send you a picture of mine with dirt all over the
Give someone a wink, but they're mostly your family, so you probably shouldn't be shaking your ass or winking at anybody at a family wedding.
You're starting to
I don't
reveal your
know.
small town side there, Mackenzie.
I always tell you guys how I accidentally my cousin at a graduation party. It was really awkward.
Gosh, man.
I mean, none of that was
Try that in a small
vulgar at all.
town.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. All right.
Hey, quickie poll results.
Sure.
Should
I'm
we do
sorry.
that?
I'm a little
No, you're good. You're good.
verklempt.
Who wins tonight, Iowa or Rutgers? 73% agree with us that Iowa will get the win in the Big Ten opener. 27% are Cyclone fans.
Hi, Instant Iowa after the game tonight across all these Iowa Everywhere platforms.
Absolutely. And then finally, who would you rather see win a Super Bowl? The Bills with 57% are your winner, and just 43% want to see the Vikings
Well,
win a Super
that's
Bowl.
nice for Scott.
That is.
That's
Yes, we
good.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that's good for him. He needed a little boost, and that should do it. So, all right, this has been fun. I got to get up to Ames for Football Friday primetime. Of course, that's the game you're watching tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Good, yeah. It's the game
plugged
tonight.
in. Yeah.
All right, appreciate that. Big thank you to the Oktoberfest here at the Beer Garden Waterworks Park. Come here all day. The weather's perfect. And then Saturday and Sunday opens at 11. Again, free. Dogs, kids, everybody's welcome here. There's something for everyone, including, as I learned, good NA beer.
And good
actual
beer.
Yeah, don't worry, he's not driving. All right, thank you for supporting local media here on Iowa Everywhere. Be sure to check out the merch store at iowaeverywhere.com. AKC Marketing, big thank you. And if you get a chance, please like, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found us. We're back Monday, and we hope you are too.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.